fire, and let's quickly get into some of the national dailies. On Facebook, it is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. So join in on the conversation. You can watch us live. You can also drop your comments. We'll take those contributions. On X, it is Nigeria Info PH. You can also use the WhatsApp number and send messages to 0809 030 6416. Again, 0809 030 6416. That's the WhatsApp number. All right, let's start things off with the Punch today. Interesting headlines you would find here. IGP sets up gun licensing regulations committee. Tinubu special investigator faults CBN audited reports. Federal government delists 37 illegal loan apps. 2.9 billion naira fraud. Jonathan's godson, 2 others jailed 6 years. And this one here says, how cultists deceived slain DPO, Rivers CP. Another headline on the Punch, Pengasson reacts as Dangote refinery misses production deadline. Remember, it was July or the end of August, and this is September. We haven't really heard much about that now, have we? Presidential panel plans 83% cut in taxes, levies. Some of the headlines there you would find on the Punch newspaper. You want to have any of the details from those headlines, then you know what to do. Get on any of those papers. Now on the Vanguard, a few more. The report here, this headline says UAE lifts visa ban on Nigeria as Emirates Etihad Airlines resume flight operations. But if you listen to the news, you would have heard also that in this official statement that was released by UAE, it did not mention that the ban has been lifted. So perhaps we'd wait for further confirmation from the UAE. But at the moment, we got reports from the presidency that the ban has been lifted. Another headline on the Vanguard says Naira depreciates as investors exporters window. At investors exporters window. Beyond the PEPT judgment, this one's an article by Gideofor Adibe. You could go read and figure out what next after the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. Federalism at grassroots. 17 states run 323 local government areas with caretaker committees. Another person says expelling Wike from PDP is a task that must be done at Atiku's camp. Any more? All right, I think there's a few from the Vanguard there. Let's get your reaction to some of those headlines. Okay, we'll take one more. Let's see if we get one more from the Daily Times. And then we move on to the phone lines. All right, so on the Daily Times, to see what we get. All right, this headline on the Daily Times reads, just a minute, another CBN deputy governor arrested. That's on the Daily Times. This one says, how outcome of election petition tribunals reshape legislative composition. And huge row over demolition of former First Lady's 1 billion naira plaza. You would also find that headline. And constitutional implications of Atiku Obi heading to Supreme Court. Those are a few of the headlines on the Daily Times. Now let's go on to the phone lines. God's time is Nonelga. Please remember to keep it short and simple, very precise and straight to the point. God's time. Good morning to you.
Ifeami, good morning.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, Rivers State Governor Similaye Fubara read riot acts against monarchs. That is the best thing I've ever heard from the governor. I love the proactiveness. We must try as much as possible to dethrone any monarch who has gotten himself involved with cultist activities and sponsoring of all these boys. Just imagine the slave DPO. If you watch fully well and the investigation is carried out properly, you see that these monarchs arrested are not free from it. And secondly, Rivers State CP said the DPO was deceived into amnesty. Those boys believing that they want to take amnesty. You see, I want to ask a question. What really happened? Does it mean that the DPO didn't go there with proper information, or was he not properly briefed, or he didn't go there with some police officers? I think there is still something fishy, and we'll get these informations are very, very scanty. They should try as much as possible to investigate, bring these perpetrators to book, so that these evildoers wouldn't have the mind to commit anyone tomorrow.
All right, that's time. Thank you. Have a smart day. Ida is in Nkoro. Good morning to you, Ida.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Good morning.
I want to talk about the opposition party, about the palliative. Yes. When this palliative come to River State, Governor Simple made a statement. He said the palliative is not for APC, PDP, it's for Rivers people. And I believe the chairman of the palliative will share this palliative to Rivers people. And Commissioner for Education, please come to Nkoro houses. Make Port Harcourt come to Nkoro houses. Andrew, if you come to our primary school and the secondary school, you will pity for the children. Roof, everywhere is leaking, no decks inside it. Please, grass everywhere. Please come there. And finally, nobody can suspend Wike from PDP. Wike build up PDP, is a part of PDP. Thank you very much. God bless you. And that from Nkoro.
All right, thank you very much, Ida. Lugard is in a chair. Lugard, good morning to you.
Yeah, Andrew.
Yeah, Lugard, go on.
Greetings from a chair to you.
Greetings.
Good morning. Yeah, Commissioner of River State Police saying that the slain DPO was deceived. For me,
Lugard, apologies. I think you got interrupted by your service provider. You'd have to call us back. We'll go to Erema now. Susie, good morning to you.
Good morning, Andrew.
Yeah, Susie, go on.
Yeah, I want to say that whether the DPO was deceived or that he was ambushed when coming back from Udemude, all these stories for me is not actually adding up. My concern is that why this man be murdered the way our brothers did it. Andrew, I want to still say that an Epe man, an Oba man, an Abua man have no reason to leave that zone except you are working in an energy company or that you are a civil servant working in one of the state or federal parastatals to come and be staying at Rumosi and the Rumeki and Alakahia Rumaholo because we have vast land water over there that can make us. But because of incessant madness like this, courtesan, you will see our people leaving the community. I met an FA man from Ubio who told me that he has been married for more than 14 years, but his children does not even know their village because of fear of going to the community. Many of us are like that. So what is the essence of bringing courtesan? Yesterday I was reading that this small boy, Kidmaker, this Ekiriku, who just win an award as one of the best kids. That boy did not come from any family that is rich, but that boy is making up with his talent today. Now, his mates in our place, all my land and the entire land that we are being indoctrinated into courtesan. So, what is happening to our leaders? Some of us that have the idea to cope these things, which is possible, does not have the money. But those that have the money, the leaders, cannot do anything to make sure that these areas are being maximized, our potentials are maximized, so that we can put structures on ground that will work for us. Don't we have land that people can come and buy? If you come to the way where people and buy land are buying land, the Rumosi, Rumeki, Agalakaya, you will be surprised where it is. We are making up their economy. We are making up their revenue. But our place, we are bringing it down every day. So it is not anything for me that he was deceived and not deceived. The issue of
all right, Susie, point made. Thank you very much. Edward is in Achip. Let's move on to Edward now. Edward, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Go on.
Yes, to be heading to Supreme Court. I believe they will still get the same result because the judgment has been passed and they want to sit down for another 1 day to take the readings and the rest. So the heading to court does not make any sense to me. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Cookie Gam is in Rimolumeni. Good morning to you, Cookie
Andrew,
Gam.
good morning.
Good morning to you.
Andrew, Hoodlum, but the ladies close at Rumechim. Andrew, we tell that the Umechi people don't know who and who that removed that property in that school. When the community are taking time to put property in school, a community people remove that property. It's bad now. Umechi people, why they compete? No, that
From the first, the villagers should protect the government property that place because the children are to that place. After leaving the for to vandalize, it's got to complain again. And for the collective that is shared by River State government, I want to beg this current governor, please don't share that they share COVID-19 palliative to one person. Please let it share around to the people that need this palliative. As my governor, please, I want to beg you. The former governor don't share palliative well during COVID-19. This one, share it to well. For the killing of the DP at Ahuda, I want to make sure police. I beg him, please again. Let's arrest those policemen that escorted that man to that place because out of the police, only one man was killed. Other people escaped. What happened there? Other policemen that escorted that man, they should investigate them, arrest them, and the policemen that went this man before it happens. Andrew, good morning.
Good morning, Cookie Gam. Clinton is in Bori. Clinton, good morning to you.
Good morning, Andrew.
Welcome, Clinton. Go on.
Yeah, the headline that says that the slain DPO was deceived into believe that the boys wanted amnesty.
Yes.
I believe these people are giving us more reasons to believe that there's a conspiracy behind the death of this man. Why would they tell us that DPO was deceived? We're going to a thick forest in the night, close to midnight. It's not clear, Andrew. It's not clear.
Well, that is what the commissioner said. Listen to the commissioner's comments. It was talking about how the late DPO had always talked about how these boys wanted amnesty. Whether that was what eventually made him go into, because the initial report was that he was going to raid a hideout. So if he had felt that these boys needed amnesty and that's what they've been asking for in a while, does that translate to why he went to where he went to at that particular night that this sad incident occurred? For me, if you listen to the commissioner, it might have been the commissioner just trying to tell you the kind of heart that the former DPO had in doing his job. It could be him trying to explain the fact that, this man, has always been praying and saying that these boys need amnesty. Not that him going there that night was to go and give them amnesty, because we all know he doesn't have the ability to go in there on his own and give people amnesty. There's a process on how amnesty works. Yeah. So perhaps the commissioner might need to explain better so we have a proper understanding. Otherwise, well, you would hear the response from the callers and how confusing it sounds to some people. Uche Ken is in HA. Good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning, sir.
Welcome.
CP Emeka Nwoye reveals that the slain DPO Abashi was deceived by those who claim they want to embrace amnesty. I don't think I would totally agree with Commissioner of Police. Mr. CP, don't make us believe that police likes conflicting reports. They will give a different report today. They will bring another one up tomorrow, making us to believe that police are no longer our friends. Yesterday, we heard a different story that they were ambushed. I believe I was online yesterday and I asked a question. There is more than one. What happened to other policemen? Embraced amnesty. Was amnesty embraced along the road? Was amnesty embraced in the bush? CP, please tell us what that is needed to obtainable to be heard. This one, I totally disagree with you. Then finally, Governor Sim Fubara received the right out and said he will not spare any traditional ruler that is involved in committing crime. Please, my governor, I don't really know what is happening in our communities. The traditional rulers we are supposed to be looking into, I believe they are now looking into us. Please do something without delay. I believe they are committing in fact, they are contributing to one of the problems we are having in our various communities. I stand to be corrected.
Right,
good morning, Mrs. Uche.
Good morning. Temple is in Umwechem. Temple, good morning to you.
Good morning, the very distinguished Premier. I'm driving this morning.
Very fine, thank you. Go on.
Yes, so I think I want to appeal with CP Emeka. He remained the best as far as the cities we have had in recent times is concerned. Sir, please, I try to disagree that he was, if he tell me that there was a compromise, if he tells me that there was a sabotage, if he tell me that he was, betrayed, I will understand. But I want to tell CP this morning, sir, please ensure that the investigation, begins with the team that accompanies to that raid. If there is a disease, that disease should come within the division here. It's as simple as ABCD. And this morning, my CSC chairman talking about the level of the routing in Numation community. It's indeed a sad omen in Numation community here. But I want to appeal to the Honorable Commissioner of Education, sir. Please come to the aid of Numation community. But it's a sad omen that we have a free education. Children are still paying for WIOT and, level 2. Children are being, dealing with the security. Children are paying in school. They continue to reach their window. It's Andrew. The network should be done. Thank you.
Temple, thank you. Frank is in D-line. Hello, Frank. Good morning.
Good morning, Ife.
Yeah, good morning to you.
Let me react on the arrest of the captain EKB. Yes, the arrest of EKB is not enough. Ife, I'm from Ahoda. They are my sister's local government. Let them arrest all the traditional rulers in my place and the 2 local government chairmen, including the overall king of the land. All of them should be arrested and questioned, and let them sign up that taking that any king again in the land. All of them should be dethroned. But I see no reason why they will be there sitting and acting in my place. We cannot talk in the public. My people used to lose every day. Please, let us do something about it. It's so good. If I travel to a village, for me to discuss it is difficult. They will tell you don't talk anything here. That you don't used to talk like that. So, what does that mean? In my own land, I will be living with fear. I'm not happy this morning. I want Commissioner of Police, IG, to make sure that our king, all of them should be queried. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, Frank. Thank you very much. We'll take some WhatsApp messages. We'll take at least one more call. On WhatsApp, good morning. Ifeami, state government begins to share palliative. Governor Sim should set up a committee to monitor those that will distribute the palliative. If not, it will not get to the various communities. And how the palliatives are being distributed is like, what is it that one community will share 2 bags of rice or 1 bag of rice? That's like what I mean by how it will be distributed, and not just the fact that it's distributed. The killing of a DPO is not a welcome development. Please open our Sunday from Tap Junction. Good morning. Some people don't understand what really happened that very day. The incident didn't happen at night. It was in the evening. I believe the DPO was deceived at first. Since Cassidy have been arrested, the Ezekwe logo, the council chairman of both Aoda East and West, should also be arrested. This one says it's from Aoda. Aoda DPO was deceived by his killers. It's totally condemnable, but it is also the inside rats that can inform the outside one that there is fish in the house. Patrick Amadi from Afara Che, you sent that message in. This one says, so sad that the DPO will be assassinated in such a manner. For me, this have shown that we, the people, are no longer safe again. May God help us, Christian Williams from Igbeche. I spoke with AIG Abutu Yari yesterday, and some of the things he said about compromise within the police and even within us. And at the end of the day, I think what was interesting that he said was how we need to see that it is the human beings, the kind of human beings that we are, is what determines whether security would be effective or not. The kind of human beings that we are. It's beyond, because the person that will become police comes from a society, belongs to a family. He has a personality. There's a way he thinks. There's what he believes in. I don't know, all of these things put together make that human being, and everybody have different like that. So what kind of people do we have handling certain kind of jobs? And then in the society itself, where these people are carrying out this job, what kind of human beings are they working for? It's just a lot of things that you need to factor into this if we are to get it right. This one says the death of the DPO is a total conspiracy. Fidelis Elemoa. Another one says nobody can expel former governor of Rivers State, Wike, from the PDP because it will further divide the party into many more pieces. I would advise the leadership of the PDP at the national level to shun and stop playing naive politics. Wanyan Obioma Noble from Igbodo Echie. sent that message in. On Facebook, we have quite a number of them as well. Thank God that Billy Twigb says, the PDP is calling for suspension of 001 of FCT. People forget history very easily. Where was this Obasaki after the 2015 presidential election when majority of PDP members abandoned the party? Nweke says, looting in Mwechem Community Secondary School, this is because state government is not taking care of the school because the school is built by SPDC. I would try to understand what you're saying. Even if it was built by anybody, it was built somewhere. The people who use that school, who are there, so they don't have no role to play in ensuring that the school is not vandalized. Ogo Johnny Justice on the issue of lifting visa ban on Nigerians. Andrew, if you watch the media advisor on TV last night, everything he was saying was misgiven information because the question was asked. Like I said, we'd have to wait for further clarity from the UAE. As it stands, that was what he said, but the official statement from the UAE doesn't represent what he said. So we have to wait for further clarification. Clever Sonny says the CP is very correct when he said some politicians are sponsoring criminals in the state because we all saw what happened during election campaigns. This particular one goes as far back as far as Nigerian elections are concerned. Eleven Spief says, good morning. Regards the palliatives that's been shared all, I know it's that all of us are suffering, but not everyone will benefit from the palliative. Let's go for a commercial now. Stay tuned.
Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.